What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another Legend of Zelda movie video. Alright, so now, of course, I did my video on the Legend of Zelda movie last week. It was announced. Miyamoto came up and said him and Avi Avad were working on Zelda movie, and they officially announced it last week, and I talked about it in this video. You can check that one out if you haven't seen that already. This is the fan casting video. So I'm going to fan cast the cast for the Legend of Zelda movie. Now, we don't have that much information on who's going to be in the movie or what's the story gonna be like, what game is this gonna be based around, you know. So I kind of scattershotted this. So the most of these castings are gonna be Link, Zelda, and Gannondorf, but I also have some side characters like Mipha and the other Guardians. The other, the people from Breath of the Wild. I also have a couple characters from Tears of the Kingdom, from OOT, you know what I'm saying? So I threw in some other, characters and mainstays in Zelda as well. So, of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I will shout you out at this portion of the video. Okay, I'm gonna try not to make this too long, but I came up with a lot of picks though. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? None of them are Tom Holland. And I'll tell you right off the bat, I tried to pick some of the stuff that I saw going around, but I also tried to venture out and get some different people too. Mainly because, like, a lot of big stars, it's hard to see past them and to see the character, even if they're really good actors. I think Tom Holland's a really good actor, and he could probably do the role. But he's been so exposed that I see Tom Holland. You know what I'm saying? Even if he's playing Link, or if he's playing like Nathan Drake in the Uncharted movies, I still kind of see Tom Holland. Now it's only when he plays Spider-Man so far that he really does kind of get, like, he becomes Peter Parker, at least in my opinion anyway. But he's not really on the list though, you know what I'm saying? Now, the other thing I took into account when it comes to some of these characters is that I believe it was the director or the writer, I don't know if it was Wes Ball or if it was the other guy, who said that years ago that they wanted to do a mocapped Zelda movie. And when that means mocap, means like Avatar, where most of the characters are motion captured CG characters in a live action world. And that might sound weird, but it would actually kind of work. All right, as far as the other races go, like the Rito and the Gorons and the water people, like, it would actually work for them, because again, they're these like stylized humanoid creatures, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can see that, you know what I'm saying? Now, of course, the Hylians would probably just be regular people, because why would you mocap a Hylian when a Hylian is pretty much an elf, which is pretty much a regular person with elf ears? You know what I'm saying? So some of these picks take that into account. So we're going to start off, of course, with the main character of this franchise, Link.
I showed him Uber One, a membership to save on our two favorite things, eating food and going places.
Cool.
Which he thought was very cool.
So, Asa Butterfield. So, Asa Butterfield is probably one of the ones that I have seen around the most other than Tom Holland. And I think Asa Butterfield would kind of work. I mean, if you look at him, he looks kind of like Link. You know what I'm saying? Now, his filmography is interesting. Like, the most fantasy thing I've seen him in, I've seen him in personally, would be Hugo from back in 2011. He also was in Ender's Game and, I've seen a couple of other movies. Lately, he's been in Sex Education, the TV show. So, he might not have the chops for it as far as, being in fantasy movies. But maybe he just hadn't had a chance to show those chops, because maybe he just hadn't had the right project. And this would be a pretty good project. You know what I'm saying? All right, so this one right here, this is going solely off this guy's look. All right, and that is Akutsu Nichika. Akutsu Nichika. I'm sorry if I butchered the name, but I've never. It is what it is. I'm American. All right, leave me alone. So, homie, tell me that he does not look like Link. All right, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention, I mean, Link has that Peter Pan thing where, Peter Pan can be white, but he also can be Asian. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the character looks like him. And not to mention, Link has sometimes been designed like racially ambiguous. Like he looks like he could be white or he could be Asian. So that's why I kind of played around with it a little bit. Yes, you can call me woke if you want to. I'm not woke, but still. You know what I'm saying? This person definitely does. Dude looks like Link. All right, and if they were to get an unknown actor, I think he would be pretty good. I think he would be pretty good. Now, I don't have a discography for him, like a filmography, because most of the stuff he's been in is like Japanese J-dramas and stuff. But, again, look alone, I think he would do a pretty good job.
What matters is that you know in your hearts that today you are that kingdom united. You are England. Each and every one of you. England is you. And it is the space between you. Fight not for yourselves. Fight for that space. Fill that space. Make it tissue. Make it mass. Make it impenetrable. Make it yours. Make it England. Make it England.
And that is Timothy Chalamet. All right, so, you know what I'm saying? I know. It's like, oh, well, why would you pick Timothy Chalamet but not Tom Holland when they're both big-time Western actors? Timothy Chalamet is a very interesting character actor. Now, I haven't seen a lot of Tom Holland's, like, other work outside of, like, his genre stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen Timothy Chalamet do a variety of different things. Like, I've seen him in historical epics like The King. I've seen him in Dune, doing more character work, and he seems to kind of get lost in these characters. And if there is a big actor to play Link, we need somebody that can do that. You know what I'm saying? I think that works out pretty good. Timothy Chalamet could definitely do it. The other movies that Timothy Chalamet has been in, he's been in his fair share of movies, but, he's been in epics. He's been in Interstellar. He's been in, again, The King, which is, again, a historical epic. He's in Dune 1 and 2, which that's a futuristic epic, but it's a genre epic, though. You know what I'm saying? He was in Don't Look Up. He's Willy Wonka. You know what I'm saying? So, I think he could play this. I definitely think he could do this, So now we move on to Zelda.
I wouldn't sing a note for you if I was her. I wouldn't do anything at all, unless I could trust you.
She's district, Tigers. She knows we hate her and she wants us dead. How am I supposed to get her to trust me?
Imagine it was your name that they pulled and you had been ripped from your home. I just want to know that somebody still cared about me out here.
So we're going to get the big ones out the way first. All right, so the first big one that I've seen everywhere, all over Twitter, I think she herself actually said that she wanted to play Zelda, is Hunter Schafer. Now, I think she's, I haven't seen anything that she's been in, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think she was in, like, Euphoria, I think. And I think she's in, like, the new Hunger Games. But, you know what I'm saying? So far, from what the clips I've seen, she does seem like a pretty good actress. You know what I'm saying? She definitely looks the part, all right? She's got that elvish sensuality thing going, you know what I'm saying? Which is good. You know what I'm saying? She definitely wants to play the role, so she has passion for the role. This is not like, oh, you're going to get a theater kid to do some video game stuff, which is a mistake that a lot of video game adaptations have gotten. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Halo adaptation. All right, they went and got a bunch of theater kids to do one of the greatest video game stories going, and they were like, oh yeah, look, you know what I'm saying, Master Chief loses his virginity. they're basically thumbing their nose at gamers, which is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Hunter Schafer seems like she does have passion for the role. Seems like maybe she even knows about the franchise. Maybe she's played the games. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing I think that can hold her back from this role is the actress is trans.
What's that ominous glow in the distance?
Now wait. Before you get your torches and your pitchforks and you come for me and cancel me, listen, okay? Alright, I don't have anything against her being trans or trans people in general. Alright? The thing is, there's been so much forced diversity in Hollywood lately that even if somebody fits the bill and they get the role through, you know what I'm saying, merit. You know what I'm saying? They get the role through merit. They earn that role. People are still going to be like, oh, they hired that person because they're trans. They're going to say that. Guaranteed. All right. And the last thing that Nintendo wants is any type of controversy for the movie. So diversity, equity, and inclusion has damaged the film industry so much and the different fan bases that they're going to make it harder for diverse people to get roles in general. Because again, if you put a trans person in this role, people are gonna be like, oh, they hired her for even, you know, because she was trans, you know, and not because she got the role through merit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna cause controversy for the movie, and I don't think Nintendo really wants to do that. So it's unfortunate, but I don't think she would get it. But if I'm the casting director, I definitely have her name in the bucket though.
Geralt, do you know what to do with this? Sorry.
Siri.
And, you know, we've all been in that kind of position, you know, where you're kind of like, sorry, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna leave now. Sorry. You definitely have those embarrassing moments where you're like, oh my god, Dad is kissing someone. Like.
Alright, so this is another one I've seen in a lot of different places, and that's Freya Allen. So, Freya Allen, if you don't know, she was in, I believe she was in the Witcher series for Netflix, I think she's in all the seasons. So she's been in that series, and she does pretty good. So again, high fantasy video game adaptation. Well, not high fantasy, it's dark fantasy, but she knows what she's doing in this space. All right, she's got that. She's got that down packed. She's also worked with this director before. She's gonna be in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes next year, which is Wes Ball's movie. So she's worked with Wes Ball before. She's worked in high fantasy video game adaptations, genre work before. And she looks the part. She fits it with age. She fits it with like her overall look. I can see her getting the role too. All right, you know, maybe even over Florence Pugh. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that Florence has over her would be overall star power. You know, now as far as her acting chops go, I think she could definitely get lost in that character. Emily Rudd. Okay, all right. This one's a little bit biased, mainly because I really liked her in the One Piece adaptation. I think she did pretty good. And depending on what type of Princess Zelda they're going for, if they're going for something like Twilight Princess, you know, more of action-oriented Zelda, or if they're going to go for Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild type of Zelda, which is still more of a go-getter, like headstrong, then Emily Rudd would work perfectly. You know what I'm saying? She has the look. You know what I'm saying? She has the acting chops. She's been in an adaptation before, so she knows how to, you know what I'm saying, try to get into this character. And, you know, so she's been in this situation before. Big adaptation of a Japanese property. The creator is involved. She's been in this situation before. And I think she would do good in this one too. Gannondorf. Okay, so now we get into Gannondorf. So my bias comes through with this one. All right, because a lot of these people, they fit the role, but you know, if it's live action and it's not mocapped, which Ganondorf should be mocapped, they're probably not going to get it. But my bias did not allow me to keep them off this list. And the first bias pick is...
Hello, Light.
Oh, you're the guy. You're L.
Well, that's not my real name, but I'm sure you're painfully aware of that.
What are you doing here?
Follow the lead. You?
Lakeith Stanfield. All right, Lakeith Stanfield as freaking Ganondorf will be amazing. Okay. All right, that will be Nintendo's gift to me. Will be Lakeith Stanfield playing Ganondorf. All right, and he's a character actor. He can get into just about any character and disappear into them. He's probably one of the best black character actors in the game today. Okay, in my opinion. All right, if you want an example, L from Death Note. He was the best thing of that crappy Death Note movie, and he became L. Okay. That man looked at the script and said, "Yes, I know the assignment," and he became L. All right, and again, he was a race swap character, but he was good. And I'm like, see, this right here is the perfect endorsement of diversity. All right, don't just pick somebody that's just pick a black person. Pick a black person that's gonna take that role to a whole nother level.
Your family must choose to willingly sacrifice one of the three of you in order to prevent the apocalypse. After you make what I know is an impossible decision, you must then kill the one you choose.
All right, now these last two are perfect. I don't know if I was the casting director and they set these last two down, and I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to pick between them for Gannondorf. And the first one is Dave Bautista. All right, Bautista by far is like the best wrestler turned actor out of the bunch. Out of Hogan, Rock, you know what I'm saying, Austin for a little bit, Edge for a little bit, Cena. Out of all of them that made that conversion, I think Batista's done it the best because Batista has range. You know what I'm saying? Batista has way more range. Well, I like John Cena's acting. I like most of what John Cena's in, but you still see him as John Cena. You know what I'm saying? It's John Cena as whatever. You know what I'm saying? But Batista can get lost in a role. Like, you know what I'm saying? Batista's been comedy characters. He's been action characters. He's been more like sinister, dramatic, slower characters. I think he would work perfectly for Ganondorf. All right, because not only does he have the look and the size, but he also has that intimidating, like sinister nature. Like well, I don't say nature because he's probably a good person, but he can act like that. All right, he can do the sinister, like, you know, evil person act. He can do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think Batista would work. But would he work better than the next guy on this list?
The old world order needs dismantling, and we have the tools to dismantle it. All you seem to care about is that Hunt lives to take the blame.
Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill, man. When they said they're doing live action, you know what I'm saying, Gannondorf, Henry Cavill was right in the running for me. Mainly because Henry Cavill was the total package when it comes to Ganondorf. All right, he's British, so he can do the evil British guy voice. He's got the look, you know what I'm saying, big dude, you know, buff dude, you know what I'm saying, so he can look like Ganondorf. He's definitely going to be bigger than Timothée Chalamet or anybody that would get to play Link. You know what I'm saying, and he has the star power. All right, you know, he was in The Witcher, he was Superman. You know what I'm saying? He's got that star power that will make people go, oh, okay. Not to mention he has a pretty ravenous fan base that definitely likes to ride to ride Henry Cavill. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people are still mad that he's not Superman. And I'm like, bro, I like Henry Cavill as much as you do. Well, I don't know about as much as you do. You really like Henry Cavill. But let him go. Like, he's moved on, all right? He's not Superman no more. But people are going to ride that sucker until they die, man. You know, I think he will make a perfect Ganondorf, though. I think he will make a perfect Gannondorf. Alright, so that's about it for this one. This actually came out way longer than I ever intended it to. So I'm going to do one of two things with this. Either I'm going to break it up into different pieces for Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf, or I'll just do this video and then I'll do a second video with all the side characters. Alright, I think that might be the way we go here, because this way I'm not going to be sitting here talking about this for an hour. So that's about it for this. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real and stay tuned for the second half of this video where I go into all the side characters.